Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Adam RPG with me, Bring It On. Let's talk to this fine gentleman right here. You see a lean, bald man in a cap. He sits carelessly, throwing sticks into the fire, contemplates clouds and picks at his ears, from time to time smelling at his finger covered in earwax and wincing. As he sees you, he wipes his hand on his trousers and waves at you with a friendly smile. Oh Donnie, hello. I'm so glad to meet you here. Look, could you do me a favor? Wait a sec. How did you know my name? The man gives you a cunning smile and winks. What kind of a postman would I be if I didn't know your name, Donnie? What if someone sends you a letter? How am I supposed to find you if I don't even know how people call you? See my point? This looks fishy. Nothing fishy about it. Nothing out of the ordinary for a postman. But where did you get the information if we never met before? Use your brain. How did you get here? Through Fogolevka, of course. I learned it through the villagers. Or in Olchanoye. You've shown your face there too, although I can't be too sure. So you don't know yourself. I see. Let's change the subject. No problem. Right, I have a couple of other questions. Sure, I'm not in a hurry. Who are you, friend? Isn't it obvious? I'm a postman. My area is between the mountain pass of Woes and Fokolevka. Name's Drobrovid, by the way. Nice to meet you. Another question. Go ahead. What can you tell me about this place? It's beautiful. The nature looks just like before the war, but people are different. Alas. They are different everywhere. I have another question. Do you like the castle folk? You know, they're surprisingly nice. They look so tough and scary, armed to the teeth, and have a man with the nickname Dread as their boss. But essentially they are good-natured mercenaries, who help caravans and migrants for a very reasonable fee. It's just caravanserai they seem to have a quarrel with. It happens. Can I ask another question? Can you tell me some rumors? I've heard this creepy story, Donnie, which set my teeth on edge. Someone has declared a war on the small dealers of this new drug, the Black Lotus. And they've been doing some pretty sick stuff to them. Oh crap. Killing people is bad enough, but torturing people before killing them is a different matter altogether. Still, what these poor bastards go through is even worse. People say one of them was skinned and then locked in a barrel of salt. That sounds terrible. I have another question. Let's change the subject. No problem. As far as I remember, you needed some help. The man smiles and nods. A colleague of mine, a postman too, traveled to a nearby castle. Rather, he wasn't exactly welcome. In a word, he left in a bit of a hurry, or rather skedaddled from there. And on the way, lost a package he was supposed to deliver here. As far as I know, he's in Caravanserai now. Can you deliver it to him? He's a disheveled man in a hat. His name is Sasha Stancevich. And why can't you do it yourself? I'm a postman too, but I work in a different area. Going to Caravanserai is very inconvenient for me. My mate will be in a lot of trouble for losing the package. Will you help? Will you help the poor guy? Okay, give me this package. Ha, I knew you'd help me out. Don't worry, we mail carriers remember good that's been done to us. Here. The man gives you a rectangular box, packed and taped over so tightly, there's no chance to look in it without breaking the wrapping first. Sasha Stancevich in Caravanserai. Remember his name. And I have to go now. The mail won't deliver itself. Okay, bye. Alright. He's just gonna sit there, but... Can I talk to him again? No, he's gonna get up and leave. Alright, let's head up to the castle itself. And meet with these... mercenaries. Was my face camouflaged with the ghillie suit? Sure looks like it. Just noticed that. After I don't know how many hours. Should I scout around this? Let's just take a peek and see if there's anything around the outskirts of the castle here. Any stashes or anything worth looting? Doesn't look like that's going to be the case, though. Hello there. What do we got over here? A broken bottle and a pipe rifle. It's not loaded. Healing powder. You approach the gates leading to an impressive old castle. The only barrier between you and its cozy courtyard is a shaggy guard who is closely watching your every action. Finally, the guard starts speaking in a rough, hoarse, but not evil voice. And who are you? Just don't tell me that Jafarov the guide led you here. No, it wasn't Jafarov. Good. He's getting on my nerves by crawling everywhere. I get that he's a guide and so on, but this does not give him a permission to go where he is not allowed, especially not to guide strangers there. Ah, don't listen to me, buddy. I'm just venting. Are you here to see the Dread? He's in the main hall. Let me warn you, he's in a bad mood. He has a good reason for it, but still he can be tough, especially on strangers. The man is quite a hothead. Thanks for your advice. Who is this Dread? Wait a sec. It wasn't him you wanted to meet? Why did you come here then? I'm looking for someone. Ah, I see. Someone from the castle? Not really. Well, then go and talk to the Dread. He's the boss around here. But remember, he's in a bad mood, like he usually is. What did Jafarov the guide do to you? Personally, I have nothing against him, but darn, we're a private security agency here, regarding whatever they tell us to. And he is always trying to sneak past us everywhere. He's a curious man. He loves hiking, like climbing to the mountain peaks. He'll guide anyone as long as they pay well, especially to the places that shouldn't be visited. And what are the places that shouldn't be currently visited? The guard looks at you suspiciously and shakes his head. Want to know more? Go ask the Dread. He's our boss. He should know this better than anyone. I understand. Fine. Let's change the topic then. The guard closes his eyes slightly and stretches his shoulders with a rustle. I want to ask you some questions. Go ahead. It's not like I have anything better to do. How'd you get a castle like this? Simple, really. It was here even before the war, all empty. I've heard that Dan's gang, he's a mob kingpin, have gotten a whole factory near Krasno under their command. Some people do have it all. And us here in the mountains, well, at least the view is pleasant. Yeah, a castle is a serious thing, I would say. May I ask something else? Well, you're a man of many questions. What is your relationship with the caravanserai? Heck knows. Dread is still mad at their Commandant Makhmadov, claiming that Makhmadov has stolen the best location. Dread wants our castle to become the main transit point here in the mountains. But let's be realistic. Our castle isn't entirely suitable for that. It's windy, walls are full of rats. There is no real road for the cars to reach here. What kind of a hub would that be? I see. Let me ask you something else. Fine, ask ahead. Have you heard any rumors? Or sorry, what is new around here? Nothing much. Just that the daughter of Dread, our boss, has recently disappeared. She is smart. I'm not worried about her. But her father, obviously, is going crazy. It's understandable. She knows this mountain pass as the back of her hand, but there are all kinds of creatures creeping around. Now, what do you know? Let me ask you something else. Have you heard any rumors? I've heard that not far from Krasno there is a forest. People call it the Roaring Forest, or the Rattling Forest. I am not sure. But I've heard that it's quite an interesting place. Mystical, even. I wish I could see it with my own eyes. Try to figure out its riddles. Alright, see you soon. I better go. Well, I've been there. It's not that mystical of a place. And that's going to over-encumber him. That's okay. Hopefully there's someone here to trade with, so we don't have to worry about it. Just a bunch of bricks. Bunch of food stuff that we don't need, so we'll leave that alone. Don't try and steal anything. Oh, I just want to see. Is it a med kit? I think it's a med kit. Yep. Let's talk to this guy. There's a guy standing in there too. Okay. A bearded man with close-cut black hair and weathered coarse skin walks to and fro, from time to time casting an odd glance in the distance. As he notices you, he nods silently, continuing munching on his biscuit. What are you on the watch out for? The man swallows his biscuit loudly, extracts another one from his pocket, gives a short and clear answer. The enemy. Do you have many enemies? Not anymore, but there can always appear a new one. This is why I'm watching. What will happen when you notice an enemy? I'll call for the guard at the gate and will block all the entrances. I'll lead snipers to the towers, men with rifles will occupy their positions at the arrow slits in the walls. Other men will drive out the machine gun and install it in front of the gate. Some will hide a couple of mines in the sand at the entrance. We'll hold the fort. And how often are you attacked? The last big attack happened many months ago, but this is a good location. Many people have their eyes on it. So that's how it is. Let's change the subject. Sure. While I'm watching, there's nothing better to do. Can I ask some more questions? The man nods at you and takes another biscuit out of his pocket. Apparently he has a bag full of this unpretentious food. Ask away. What is your name? My name's Zano? I see. Nice to meet you. Another question. Spit it out. What do you do? I'm a sniper and an observer. I have the sharpest eyes. No one sees in the distance better than me. Great skill, brother. I have another question. Does it feel good living in a castle? There are droughts, and it's freezing in winter. Otherwise, it's fine. Protects you from the wind and evil men alike. Sounds like a luxurious apartment. Another question. Have you heard any good rumors? Some people have recently gone down the road that leads nowhere. They paid us too, so that we don't let anyone else follow them. This is weird. It surely is. Another question. Change subject. Alright, see you later. A sullen man with a neatly trimmed beard pays no attention to you whatsoever. He rubs his hands nervously and looks around, as if there is something that only he can see. Only when you approach, he fixes his attention on you. What do you want? Go bother someone else. Aziz is not in the mood for a chat. Why are you so sullen and nervous, mate? Are you unwell? The man's sickly face turns red with anger. Crap. Wife keeps asking this. My friends keep asking this. And I have to listen to you too? Leave me alone. I'm better than anyone. Got it? Ouch. Okay. There's no need to get angry. Let's change the subject. As you wish. I want to talk to you. Can you answer a couple questions? Okay, speak. Maybe after that you'll leave me alone. What are you doing here? I'm staying here with my wife. Go and talk to her. She'll tell you more. I think I'll do just that. But I have another question. Yeah? What can you tell me about the castle? It's just a castle. Ask Edward. He's been here longer than anyone. Okay, I already said that. What do you think of the people here? They're fine when they stick to their own business. Friendly. Though Ghazi Muhammad and Effendi have recently had a fight. Go talk to them if you haven't already. I have the same response for everything he says. That's weird. Do you have any good rumors to share? The man who sold me the, something, is obsessed with the idea that mice in the castle are sentient. He told me once that he took a pill to shrink down and go to them, and they recruited him to find Prince Mishkin's lost expedition. Good grief. Can I ask another question? Change subject. I suppose I should go. Bye. Alright, we'll talk to the guy down in the courtyard next. Actually, hold on. Well, I wanted to eat to heal up. Tan-bearded and with a whole set of golden teeth in his mouth, armed with a well-cleaned automatic rifle, a thin man of about 35 greets you with an energetic gesture and invites you to come closer. Salam, buddy. So I see you're wandering through our castle without having met the famous Ghazi Muhammad. That's no good. Give me your hand. And why did I have to meet you? The man stands up and enthusiastically pats you on the back. Because I enjoy talking to people, discuss stuff, especially when a traveler shows up to ask me a couple of questions. Some people refuse, but not me. No, I'm always happy to chat. Well, that's great. I have a couple of questions for you. What are you mumbling there? Don't be shy. Ask away. Where are you from, buddy? I came upon this mountain pass 3 years ago, when I left my native city of Belorshansk? Don't ask. They welcomed me here with their arms wide open since I had my own gun, and was sharp and loyal. Ghazi Muhammad fit right in here. Good to hear. One more question. Go ahead. What can you tell me about this castle? I still haven't figured out whether we are a gang of mobsters, a security company, or a bunch of boys playing fort. Well, the most important thing is that I felt welcome here, and I see a lot of new faces on duty here. And what could be more important than that? One more question. Ask your questions. I'm all for it. What can you tell me about this mountain pass? The best thing about this place is that no one has ever thought of bombing it. You know, here the nature survived, and not all animals have turned into mutants. But there are cruel people here, and a stone can roll down a mountain and hit you on the head. It's all about the balance. One more question. What rumors have you heard lately? I've heard that there's a lost army convoy untouched by time, somewhere around here. They say that it has been attacked, even before all the nuclear weapons came. Wonder if there's any good loot left there, or did everything turn to dust and salt because of the mountain winds? You know what? It is interesting. One more question, change subject. Alright, I should get going. Forgot to cook again. A short, tan woman with oriental features nods at you and grabs her automatic rifle with her left hand to extend her right in greeting. You unwittingly answer her gesture. Dorad Bar Shoma, traveler. I hope that our house in the Valley of Winds and Robbers is welcoming you with open arms. What an odd greeting. What language is this? This language is called Farsi, and the words mean greetings to you. The devoted Bedouins of my faith prefer this word to the more common salam. What is your faith? I mean, if it isn't a secret. People here know our faith to be Zoroastrianism. We believe that all things are created by the blessed Creator, the infinite God, Ahura Mazda. Every man and everything came out of his light, pure and immaculate. Even the world exists thanks to the evil spirit, the enemy of the god called Angra Mainyu. He is unable to create anything himself, but he can infect already existing things with evil. For example, the power of the atom is essentially good. It's meant to provide this world with energy. But if you put this energy into a rocket and launch it to kill people, the good will become evil. Like my husband Aziz, he was always a faithful, sensitive person. But then Angra Mainyu showed up as a mean-spirited dealer, Sasha Stensovich, and poisoned him with this cursed drug poison. Now my beloved husband is avoiding me, and our brothers in arms. He takes his poison in solitude, wastes away, withers, becomes rude and cruel. Maybe you could talk some sense into him, traveler. He's used to our cursing and begging. Maybe the words of a stranger would have a better effect. What is your husband hooked on? There are different addictions after all. It was a new drug. It was called... Oh yes, it was called the Black Lotus. It's a weird and creepy name. People say that it is produced somewhere in the jungle, far away to the southeast from here. Will you help Aziz? I'll try to help your husband, even though I'm not sure how. Thank you so much. He must be somewhere in the castle, away from everyone else. I understand. Can you answer a couple of questions for me now? Sure. Ask your questions. What are you doing here? I am Erelon. My husband Aziz and I were raised to become mercenaries, to earn our livelihood by going to wars. When we arrived to this place, it was under the siege by a powerful gang. We rescued Edward's men, helped him break the blockade, and earned our place among his best warriors. Well, that's quite a story. Real post-apocalyptic romance. I have one more question. Ask away. What can you tell me about this castle? It's been here for many centuries, but it's built from such heavy rocks that no storm was ever able to damage it. And it won't have a chance now because the days of this dying world are numbered, and soon the fire of a Ahura Mazda will melt it down to be reborn. What's up with this dark outlook on life? One more question. What can you tell me about the mountain pass of woes? It's a harsh place, but my husband Aziz and I are used to harsh conditions. We're brought up with the idea that it strengthens character. It's wise if you think about it. One more question. I care to share some local gossip with me. Some people say that the Red Waterfall is in fact the legendary river that makes you lose your memory if you drink from it. They are terribly wrong. The river is located elsewhere, but I won't tell you where. The water is unique in both of these places. It's an understandable mistake. Well, what do you know? Alright, it's time for me to go. See you later. Alright, everybody's back up to full health. Let's go up here and talk to her husband real fast. Alright, still a man with a neatly trimmed beard turns his tired, bloodshot eyes to you. He looks like either a junkie who's just got high, or a junkie suffering from withdrawals. What do you want now? I want to talk about your drug addiction. The man winces, his eyes bulging. So someone has already spilled the beans to the newcomer. Look, get lost. I've heard so much preaching already, that one more might just make me explode. Look who's talking. Some weak junkie is threatening us. Pathetic. Shut your mouth. Only I caught this last time. So this is a reference to a video that Shia LaBeouf had put out. It's one of my personal favorite videos of all time. I absolutely love it. Oh. Alright. Just quit. Yesterday you said tomorrow, so just do it. Aziz locks his attention on you from your very first words. Shamelessly exploiting it, you tell him a blood-curdling story of the horrors of drug abuse. When you get tired of inventing new examples of how drugs disrupt the fabric of society, Aziz kneels in front of you weeping, spilling the remains of his fix on the ground and mixing it with sand. So that guy from your story, did he really sell his mother's heart to wandering surgeons for a fix? He did? I'll never be like him, you hear me? I love my mother. I'm no villain. I'd rather withdrawals kill me and scatter my remains across the world. That's the right attitude. I'll go and tell your wife the good news. Clicked a little too fast there. I do recommend, if you need some motivation in the morning, watch that Shia LaBeouf video. I don't remember the name of it, but it's a real treat. A short-tanned woman holding a machine gun greets you with a nod. Adored traveler, what brings you to me? Now let's talk about your husband's vice. Tell me. My words have healed him. He threw out the rest of his drugs right away. The woman puts down her automatic rifle on the ground so she could hug you with both her arms. She throws herself at you and starts crying loudly, but these, in fact, are tears of joy. You came here as an unwelcome deva, or turned out to be the noble Fravashi of our family. Thank you. Thank you. When the woman calms down a little, she puts some money in your hand and closes your fist tightly. Take it. Here we might make a living by doing our service, so I don't need this money. It's for you. Happy to help, and I could really use the money. Well, goodbye and good luck. 333 rubles. A young man sips beer from a foggy pre-war bottle, leaning over the stone wall of the castle. As he sees you, he finishes his beer, throws the bottle aside, and squats with a huge smile on his face. Mr. Matthew. The Dread told me his den is so quiet and peaceful, that even a reckless guy like Mr. Matthew can wait out here without any unexpected visitors. Has he broken his promise, or are you a friend? Mister, are you not from around here? Huh. How many years ago did the Soviet Union collapse, mate? No one has called himself comrade anymore. Get to the real world. Say hi to today. Personally, I stick to the word comrade, because comrades still live in this post-nuclear hell. And misters, sirs, and other peers were wiped off the face of the earth by our glorious, light-delivering, peace-transporting warheads. Did you check it yourself, old man? What if there, across the border, they skulk in the ruins of some Cambridge, just like us, feeding off tinned food? I'm just used to the local equivalent. Let's change the subject. Sure. Care to answer some more questions? Well, let's hear your questios. What are you doing here? Nothing really. Having a break. If you milk a cow all the time, it'll run out of milk eventually. And if you milk it, pocket the milk, lie low for a month, and then set out to milk it again, it might well last till your retirement. Don't think I'm a farmer. He who has ears, let him hear. This is interesting. Okay, I have another question. Ask away. How do you like this place? The Dread's Castle is a good place where old fellows are always welcome. If they haven't tainted themselves, that is. Of course. Can I ask another question? Well? Have you heard any interesting rumors lately, or recently? The local boss, my pal the Dread, has a problem with his daughter. She's run away, little gal. Is it love, stupidity, or a mix of the two? I'd help him, but I don't want to disrupt my cover. I see. Let me ask another question. What do you think of the caravanserai? The Dread has a problem with this place, which means while I take shelter under his roof, I'm no big fan of it either. Touching unanimity. I'd better go now. Alright. Young red-haired man greets you with a content grin on his face. Hola, mate. Want to see Mr. Matthew? Want to ocean Mr. Matthew again? What is it this time? I'm looking for our mutual pal, Chigurov. The man squints cheekily, winks at you and says, What did you say? Chebarov. Never heard the name. Did you say you didn't know him? Maybe if I knock a couple of your teeth out, it'll improve your articulation. The man winces instinctively and takes a step away. Arg. Where are my loyal fighters when I want to cut an arrogant freak? Okay, you can lower your fists. I do know Chigurov, and I respect him in a way, despite his complex of a wasteland savior. I saw him some 3 weeks ago. But all I heard from him regarding his location was that he planned to go into hiding under the very nose of the debt collectors sent for his skin. I mean, the bank he had robbed to buy that orphanage off the city of Fargate authorities, who had planned to demolish it. Wait, so he robbed the bank to help orphans? Weird for a gangster. Anyway, thanks for the information. Alright, so we still have a couple people to talk to, but I'm going to call the... we'll talk to this guy, then we'll call it an episode. You're greeted by a thin, tanned man of medium... You're greeted by a thin, tanned man of medium height, holding an automatic rifle in his hands. He looks around somewhat shyly, and then reaches out his hand to you. Salam, brother. It's me, Effendi. I know why you're here, but listen, there are men everywhere. You have nowhere to go. Let's just talk and come to a peaceful resolution. I have nothing against just talking. However, I don't know what the heck you're talking about. The man smiles happily, wipes the sweat drops from his forehead, and lets go of his automatic rifle. The rifle remains dangling on its belt. I'm just paranoid. At first I thought that you're a killer. Just by looking at you, one can easily tell that you're a man of honor. It's even possible that you're a man that can help me solve a problem of mine. For that I should first hear about the problem. Alright then, listen. Recently I've gotten into a fight with a colleague of mine, Ghazi Muhammad. Pretty much for nothing. But we said some things that are quite regrettable. I was cursing a lot. Ghazi Muhammad kept up with me. But then I said something truly horrible. I said that an ignorant fool such as himself must have been born from a lowly father, to a mother who didn't know the name of the man whom she had lain with, or has lain with. The elderly companion covers his face with his hands and starts to huff offendedly. What's the deal, mister? For saying something like that, I would have... Oh, although it wasn't me who got humiliated so severely, my heart is burning with a thirst for revenge. Ah, I know. It's horrible. So... Ghazi Muhammad remained silent, and then he quietly said that because of my words, I'll be found dead near the castle walls. That a man will come to kill me while no one is watching. That this man won't be Ghazi Muhammad himself, so I don't get a chance to recognize him and run. That he is going to send someone to kill me. You shouldn't have offended him. However, his reaction is an overkill. You are absolutely right. Two are to blame. We both use some strong language. Why am I the one to die? Brother, please talk to Ghazi Muhammad. He likes to sit by the fire down in the courtyard. Please, make him change his mind about his revenge. I beg you. We'll see, but for now I'd like to change the subject. Let's do so. I want to ask you a couple more questions. Ask me anything. Where are you from, buddy? I come from the beautiful southern city of Eisberbash? Oh, excuse me. Ah, life was so good back there, but the oil barons have driven us all out, and then the Caspian Sea retreated. So now I'm here instead. Tough luck for sure. And now one more question. What do you do here in the castle? I'm an automatic rifleman. I'm guarding our castle, keeping an eye out for people who might try to get in from the mountains or the bushes. Sometimes I'm sent to guard caravans. That's a good job. Yes, it's not bad. One more question. How do you like this place? This castle is a solid construction, built to withstand time. Have you seen the beautiful flowers that grow around here? White and red. All kinds you can think of. So a nature lover, I take it. One more question. Ask away, friend. Have you heard any rumors? We don't have a lot of local gossip around here. Only the gossip that reaches us from other lands. For example, I've heard the stories about the post-war adventures of the Soviet film hero Anakin were published as books. But now they aren't just for entertainment. They teach us how to make guns. Maybe I'll read them. I gotta go now, and let's go stand beside. Sorry about that. Ghazi Muhammad. And we will speak to him next time. Sorry, my voice is starting to give out. Alright, so I'm going to call the episode here. Next time we'll speak to Ghazi Muhammad. Then we'll go in here and speak to the Dread. Or just Dread. Forgot his name. And see what he needs. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.